They won their opener and have lost their last two. And this is the third of 4 consecutive home games for Ocean City.
And it's going to be tough for Ocean City to break that losing streak of 2 games because St. Augustine is playing at a really high level right now. And 2 weeks ago when we had this broadcast as Ocean City took on Vineland at home, we talked to Mike McGarry at half, and he was very impressed with St. A's in a losing effort against St. Joe. He said the score was not indicative as to how the game went. He was very impressed with the team. There were some turnovers, and obviously the score didn't go in their favor, but he's very impressed with the St. A's team. They do bring back some very experienced seniors, and they do like to get in your face defensively. I got a chance to talk to their head coach in the middle of the week, and he talked about how much they like to bring the house. They do like to blitz a lot, and again, Ocean City struggles with that, so it's something that's really going to work into the defensive scheme for the Hermits. And Ocean City, on the other hand, I think it's ball control. They've got to keep the ball away from the Hermits, and maybe they can, use some clock and stay close, and with some ball control, be in the game.
Ocean City, on that subject, has the ball almost 3 minutes more in an average game than does their opponent. They've been outscored this year, and they also have 12 fewer first downs over the 3 games. Ocean City averages 171 yards a game total offenses, giving up 276.3 yards. St. Augustine, as we said, led by Lamont Harris. Jose Tabora he led the league with 2,000 yards passing last year. He has 199 in the first 3 games, 11-24, and is
I'm doing that
one of 2 quarterbacks in the Cape Atlantic League who does not have a touchdown pass. The others from Lower Cape May who hasn't scored yet. So they have changed their offensive tendencies quite a bit. Harris has carried the ball 72 times, and freshman Kyle Dobbins 24 times. He has 196 yards. Harris has 469 yards rushing in the first 3 games. Dobbins, the freshman, is also their leading receiver. He's caught 4 passes for 104 yards.
Last year alone, Harris and Tabor were responsible for 39 touchdowns for St. Augustine. And Harris has picked it up again this year, as you mentioned, Tabor without a touchdown pass. But again, are focusing on maybe a running attack, and maybe as the season progresses, see if they can balance it out. But when you have a horse like Lamont Harris, the senior running back, last year 1,800 yards, 21 touches. He's off to the same kind of start this year. You got to go with what wins you games.
Of course, St. Augustine did lose Austin Francisco, the leading pass receiver in the Cape Atlantic League last year, and he caught 12 of those touchdown passes, and maybe that plays a role, but I think they've got some other pretty good receivers as well. At halftime, we'll carry Tom Park and the introduction of the homecoming candidates here at Ocean City High School, and the Queen will be announced at halftime as well. If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. At Halliday Leonard, they'll consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone them at 398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. It's another special weekend at the Lobster Loft in Sea Isle City. The Lobster Loft offers 2-for-1 dinners on Thursdays and Fridays and half-price bar appetizers. You can experience their fresh seafood, pasta, steaks, and chicken, plus an extensive wine list and specialized martinis. There's great entertainment at the Lobster Loft. Tonight, it's the Insiders until midnight, and Juicy will be there tomorrow from 8 until midnight. Visit the Lobster Loft. Look for the Big Red Lobster, 42nd Street in the Bay in Sea Isle City. The Lobster Loft, their seafood is so fresh, it still has an attitude. So it's Ocean City and St. Augustine Prep. Just about 5 or 6 minutes away from starting here at Carey Stadium. Prep has returned to the sideline. Ocean City has not yet broken through the sign in the end zone, though their 4 captains are on the way for the toss of the coin. And, of course, throughout the game, we'll bring you the Baumgardner Construction scoreboard with scores from the other games in the Cape Atlantic League on ESPN, 97.3 ESPN. You can listen to the Buna-Oakrest game, actually a game for first place in the National Conference. In addition, the St. Joe's, the #1 team in South Jersey, is at Vineland tonight. Holy Spirit, looking for its first victory, is at Middle Township. Spartans are 0-3, and Middle 1-2. Joe Durso, a very effective passer from Middle Township. Pleasantville at Lower Cape May, and as we've said many times when this type of situation has come up in the past, sure, Buna and Oakrest are two undefeated teams playing for first place, but this Pleasantville Lower Cape May game means as much to those two teams as it does to the Buna and Oakrest teams, because they are both looking for their first victory, and in Lower Cape May's case, it would be a great return, because they had to actually give up the program for the last 3 games of last year. Tomorrow, and you'll be able to hear it on 97.3 ESPN, number 25 ranked Bridgeton will be at number 16 ranked Cedar Creek. And that's an interesting game with Mike Gill and Steve Parker. Bridgeton's only 1-2, but they lost to a very good North Jersey team by 1 point, and they lost to Buna 7-0, but their leading running back missed that game. So this is a very important game, too, for the NJSIA playoffs. Certainly Bridgeton wouldn't want 3 losses this early, and Cedar Creek at the same point doesn't want to be 2-2. So that whether or not they're going to catch the winner of the Buna-Oakrest game in the National Conference standings, because Buna has already beaten Bridgeton and Cedar Creek if Buna wins this game. So they're both rooting for Oakrest. Whether or not they're going to catch the team in the National Conference is an important game. And of course, last night, Absegam in the last moments and beat Egg Harbor Township, handed the Eagles their first loss, 29-28. So we've got some games that we'll keep an eye on here on the Baumgardner Construction scoreboard. You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years' experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health, they offer it all at the Heist Agency, with convenient offices at 700 West Avenue in Ocean City, 7809 Atlantic Avenue in Margate, in Egg Harbor Township at the Providence Professional Park, in the ShopRite Shopping Center in Marmora, and South Main Road in Vineland. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. Jersey Mike's has a great menu of sandwiches in the ShopRite Center in Summers Point. Choose from an assortment of cold subs, including the American classic ham and provolone with onions, lettuce, tomato, and their special spices. Among their hot sandwiches is Jersey Mike's famous Philly sandwich and the Big Kahuna cheesesteak. They also have wraps, the sub in a tub, where they make your favorite sub into a salad, and a kids menu. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Visit Jersey Mike's in the ShopRite Center on New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-653-3000 for Jersey Mike's. Here's the Ocean City High School Band and National Anthem. Ocean City High School Band and the National Anthem here, homecoming night at Carey Stadium in Ocean City. I noticed that St. Augustine will be receiving. Ocean City will have their back to the ocean, but I did not notice who won the toss, whether Ocean City deferred or St. Augustine won and just took the ball. But we'll find out, I guess, as we progress.
And an opportunity for, Ocean City to maybe establish the defensive point right here. The higher scoring team is certainly St. Augustine as they come in with Lamont Harris and Jose Tabora. Helped in there by R.J. D'Amico on the other side of the line of scrimmage, William Bailey, Jim Brady. These kids all come with a passion to play football. Talking to their coach, Tom, they really spent a lot of time in the gym as soon as the season was over last year. Of their 42 on the roster, 19 or 200 plus, and they're on a roll. They won their last two after losing to St. Joe in game one. On the other hand, again, you got to stop this 2-game losing streak. If you're the Red Raiders, you get an opportunity to establish some defense right now in first possession.
R.J. D'Amico back deep. He's returned to kickoff for a touchdown this year. Ocean City did win the toss and deferred. It's a high kick by Donahue and taken back at the 10-yard line, across the 15 at the 20, trying to get to the left the sideline, and does at the 30. Avoids a couple of tackles at the 35-yard line and brings it out to about the 37 or 38-yard line. So a good return for St. Augustine.
Yeah, terrific return. RJ basically taking the ball at the 10, but all the way on the 10 itself, went across the field and got the outside coverage for Ocean City to pinch a little bit. And once he did, he was able to gain the corner and got a big gain. So first and 10 for St. Augustine, good field position.
From their 38-yard line, Tamora waits the snap. Back to throw, throws in the right flat. Caught there, but wrapped up immediately, and the ball's loose. Garrett Jones spun the ball out of the hands of the receiver, Kyle Dobbins, but immediately recovered by St. Augustine. In fact, Dobbins himself got it. But a loss of about 3 on the play, so St. Augustine goes to the air on the first down.
Yeah, just ran a little bubble screen, but I'll tell you what, Garrett Jones read it immediately, Tom. He flowed exactly to the ball, and he had no intention of making a tackle. He knew he had defensive help, and he ripped the ball out of the hands of the running back. Second down.
Ball goes to Harris. Harris cuts up the middle, avoids a tackle, runs into a defender, and drives him back a yard or two, and the ball spotted out to the 42, almost the 43-yard line.
Owen Naplasik on the tackle for Ocean City. Get ready to hear that name. He's very active defensively for the Red Raiders. Good push by St. Augustine at the point of attack. They got a nice hole, but filled very well by Naplasik.
3rd and 5. Will Albrecht splits to the left. There's a slot to the left. Tabora, quick pass in the left flat, and it's incomplete.
Same play, opposite side of the field. Read well by Ocean City's coaching staff. They got the signal to Ocean City once again. They were flowing directly to that slot area. That ball, if caught, would have gone for no gain as well. So there's the defensive stand we talked about. Ocean City now gets a chance to get the football, maybe establish some offense.
Back for Ocean City, Owen Deeroff. Here comes the punt from Albrecht. It hits at the 30, rolls inside the 30 to about the 25-yard line. I was talking this over with Coach Kevin Smith this week. There's been about 30 punts in the Ocean City games between Ocean City and the defenders, and only 5 of them have been returned. Ocean City's only returned 2 punts. One of them when the ball was kicked into the line and was scooped up by somebody, and they ran it for 14 yards. And the other time when the guy wanted to let it go, it was Deeroff. He wanted to let it go, but it bounced off his shoulder, so he had to pick it up. So it's tough, he thinks, because the punters aren't that good, and they're all punting away from people. So we'll see if that continues throughout the season, but it certainly did in this first play. Donahue with a back behind him, slot to the left. Low snap. He scoops it off and hands it off. And back to, not to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 or 3 yards in the play. Could have been a lot worse. Naplasik on the carry. But a good quick reaction by Donahue on a low snap.
And Josh Dade's in on the tackle for St. Augustine. The Hermans, again, will bring the house, Tom. They do like the blitz. Ocean City's had trouble with it. And on the very first play, there were 5 at the line of scrimmage, and all 4 linebackers blitzed. They even blitzed a corner. They really probably figure Ocean City's not going to have success through the air, and they're going to bring the house.
Naplasik comes out of the game. Looks like Jones,
Yep,
Jared Jones, he gets the ball off the left side and drives out to about the 35-yard line.
Stopped on a play by Dante Enos, and he did blitz. It was a perfect blitz. He filled the hole right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 10 now for Ocean City.
Actually got back to 3 yards.
Got
they
the
lost.
They lost. Yeah.
Jared Jones has been having knee problems. He's returned a kick for a touchdown this year. As a matter of fact, averages 39 yards per kickoff return. But they're getting him into the offensive swing now.
See how tight everyone is to the line of scrimmage. Only 2 safeties back.
3rd and 10. Donahue gets the snap. Passes right side. That's Baumgartner, and Baumgartner's going to be stopped for about a 4 or 5 yard gain, and the Raiders will punt.
So both teams 3 and out. Ocean City now going to have to rely on the punt game to push St. Augustine back because they'll be punting from deep in their own territory. And St. Augustine can look forward to some good field position with a cleanly fielded punt here.
Donahue stands at his 15.
Yep.
And
blocked.
It's rolling toward the sideline.
And, Tom, it was 5 white jerseys. It was not to interrupt. It was 5 white jerseys on the punter, like just in a heartbeat.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 23-yard line. So St. Augustine has the ball on the Ocean City 23.
Going to credit Will Albrecht
with 8:24 left here. Yeah.
Credit Will Albrecht with the block punt. Now, great field position for St. Augustine via the block, and Ocean City with his back to the wall.
Tabora awaits the snap, hands off Harris, trying to sweep right, and he races inside the 20, down close to the 15-yard line.
Feifel in on the stop for Ocean City, but again, they got the defensive end to curl in. That gave the corner to Harris, and Harris got that burst of speed, picked up, looks like about 8 yards, maybe 7.5 on first down.
Yeah, call it second and long, 2. Motion from the right side. It's Harris again off the left side. Drops his shoulder and drives inside the 15-yard line.
Stopped by Garrett Jones. He really filled well, and a good lick put on Harris by Jones. The gain is only 1, so it brings up 3rd and short deep in Ocean City territory. Hermits with the ball.
3rd and 1. Ball on the 14. Scoreless here. But a blocked punt has given St. Augustine good field position. There's a slot to the left, motion to the left. Harris gets it, cuts away from a man in the backfield, drives down to the 10, and he has a first down at about the 9-yard line.
Harris's move at the line of scrimmage, the hole was there, the fill was there, but he was able to cut it up north and south, got the first down. So that move by Harris at the point of attack got the first down. The hole was filled well, but Harris was not to be denied, made that quick cut north and south and got a nice gain.
Without a huddle, St. Augustine lines up. Motion again, right to left. Handoff is to Harris going left, trying to get to the outside. He does. He cuts away from one man, and he is in for the touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run by Lamont Harris, and St. Augustine leads it 6-0.
Capitalizing on the blocked punt are the Hermits. Again, they got the corner. They were able to take the defensive end and turn him in, get the linebacker, and Harris's speed, he found the corner and found the end zone.
Will Albrecht to kick the extra point out of Tim Jurassic's hold. Ocean City troubled by 5 turnovers last week against Mainland, has an early kick blocked here. And the extra point is good. And St. Augustine jumps out to a 7-0 lead with 6:58 remaining here in the first quarter at Carey Stadium.
Taking advantage of the short field, the Hermits, and that was via the block punt.
High school football players looking for a chance to play at the next level should set aside Wednesday, December 3rd. That's the night of the 40th annual college night at Absegami High School. It starts at 7 o'clock. More than 40 college representatives will be there. The event is sponsored by Absegami and the South Jersey chapter of the National Football Foundation. That's December the 3rd at Absegami High School for college night. It's not too late to go to Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Gillian's open this weekend starting at 1 p.m. on Saturday and from 1 to 6 on Sunday. The Wonderland Pier will continue to be open weekends through October 12th for your entertainment. The summer continues at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com. Albrecht will kick off. And back deep for Ocean City, Jared Jones and Owen Deeroff. The kick is a short one. It's taken at the 23-yard line, straight up the middle, and out to almost the 30-yard line. Ocean City will put it into play there.
And ball returned by Dan Walsh for Ocean City. So pretty good field position. Looks like they're going to set it up at the 29, just shy of the 30. Ocean City needs to put together a little drive now, try to answer the block punt and short field, the touchdown by the Hermits. See if they can put together some first downs, get a drive going, and answer that early touchdown.
Garrett Jones splits wide to the left. Raiders with two tight ends. Donahue awaits the snap. In motion, right to left. They hand the ball off to the Plasek up the middle. He drives to about the 30. May have crossed the 30, but a gain of only about a yard and a half, and it'll be second down.
Hole was there. Point of attack was open, but Bill Bailey, the fill from his linebacker position. Bailey, responsible for well over 100 tackles last year, is one of the better linebackers, and filled the hole well. Sniffed it out, stood him up. Short gain of about a foot.
Bill Bailey played as a freshman at Ocean City. Used mainly as a running back before transferring to St. Augustine. McGuigan splits to the left, Jones to the right. Awaits the snap, McDonough does. Play action, and he's brought down in the backfield. It was a play-action play. Looked like Nate Fondacaro. It brought him down.
Assisted in there.
Quinn Dolan.
Quite Quinn Dolan.
It was Quinn Dolan.
Yeah. I tell you what, again, the blitz. I mean, they just knew that was a quarterback keep. He just came across the line untouched and stood there and waited for the quarterback coming to him. He did so. Big loss on the play, brings up 3rd and long. Ocean City really needs to capitalize here and get this ball out of their area, so because they're going to punt the ball away to good field position again for the Hermits. They can ill afford to do that.
Receivers left and right. Motion from Garrett Jones. Back to throw Donahue. He's throwing long down the right side, and it's too long. Player was double covered. Trying to get out there to Deeroff.
Deeroff was open right away. Initially, it was one-on-one with the cornerback, and then he got some help from the safety, and the ball, overthrown. Now Ocean City's got to punt the ball away. Good field position again for the Hermits, as D'Amico is back to receive this punt.
D'Amico at about his own 42-yard line. Donahue stands at his 11 or 12. Good snap, good rush. He gets the kick away, end over end. It hits at the 43, rolls to the 37, 38, and D'Amico leaves it alone. So St. Augustine will start on its own 38-yard line.
Well, Ocean City able to get the punt away. Turn the possession over to the Hermits. This time not the block, not the short field. And defensively, Ocean City was forced the Hermits 3 and out with their first possession. See if they can do the same here.
Remind you, on Sunday night, the Eagles will host the Rams. On Sunday. The Eagles will host the Rams at 1 p.m. with Merle Reese and Mike Quick. You can hear it all on 97.3 ESPN, which tonight is bringing you the Buna-Oakrest game. All right, Tamora waits for the snap. He's got a slot to the left. Hands the ball off to Harris. Big hole right side, and he's pulled down by Zach Williams as he crosses the 45-yard line. Make that the 50-yard line. He's got it to the Ocean City 48-yard line.
Yeah, not good when your safety has to come up and make the tackle. And huge hole and a big gain by Harris on first down.
Harris again going right, cuts it back, and he's wrestled to the ground after a gain of about 5 yards.
Feifel in on the tackle. He assisted Williams on that last tackle, Harris. No huddle offense And now as they set the ball after 4 yards on first down, they do huddle and get the play from the sideline.
2nd and 6 unofficially, 7 carries, 48 yards for Harris.
You see how fast and how hard he's driving already, Tom, when he gets the ball from the quarterback.
Handoff, the man in motion who cuts it back, and he's going to get the first down to the 35-yard line. Kyle Dobbins, the 5'8", 145-pound freshman, took the ball that time, and another first down. St. Augustine moves to about its own 33-yard line.
And real good speed by Dobbins. As soon as he was in motion, right to left, and as he got the ball, he cut it upfield, and he was at full speed in one stride. So an easy first down for the Hermits right there, and some serious speed being displayed by Dobbins.
They're at the 34 of Ocean City, leading 7-0, 1st and 10. Tamora hands off to Harris, straight ahead, blitzes through there, and he's going to get another first down to about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, initial hit on the play was Sterling for Ocean City, but again, he is in the backfield. That's being Harris before he's getting any contact whatsoever. That was a north and south run, and he just broke the line of scrimmage and came up with 8 yards, almost 8.5 on first down.
Spot the ball on the 26, so he's a yard short, 1.5 yards of the first down. Slot to the right, back to throw. Fires it down the right side, floats it into the end zone, and it is intercepted. Waiting for the official to signify that he kept possession of that ball, but that's the young freshman, Harry Feifel, making the interception in the end zone, and Ocean City takes over on its own 20.
Initially open was the receiver, but the ball was underthrown. Got too much air under it, did Tabora, and again, the pick in the end zone, a big turnaround for Ocean City, and again, a defensive stand. They've been able to stand up St. Augustine twice, once 3 and out, and now the pick.
1st and 10 from the 20. Baumgartner's going to split to the left. McGuigan to the right. There's a slot to the right side. Donahue with a back on either side, and Ocean City's going to call timeout.
A little momentum shift maybe, and Ocean City wants to take advantage of it right here.
Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Brian Brummel and his professional staff are waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Honda on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. By the way, you go to oceancitysports.com, and you can watch and listen to this game. There's always something special at Diorio's in Summers Point. Half-price dinners on Monday, 60-cent tenders and trivia night on Tuesday, 45-cent wings on Wednesday, and 40-cent clams on Thursday. Nightly specials on the weekends. Their wings and tenders voted best at the shore. The kitchen's open daily at 11 a.m., and you can phone 609-927-6111 for takeout. Diorio's, MacArthur Boulevard in Summers Point. Specializing in home, business, auto, flood, and boat insurance, the McMahon Insurance Agency turns protection into peace of mind. If it matters to you, it matters to them. Your neighbors at the McMahon Agency send best wishes for a successful season to all Cape Atlantic League teams. Call 609-399-0060. McMahon Agency, Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing. Ocean City ready to go here. Donahue hands it off, straight up the middle. Naplasic stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it will be 2nd and 10.
And on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, some early scores in. St. Joe has taken a 7-0 lead over Vineland, and Holy Spirit gets on the board first, 7-0 over Middle Township. That is the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard.
Ocean City trailing here 7-0, 2nd and 10 from its own 20. Jones goes in motion, left to right. Pump fake, passes in the right flat, but not to Jones. McGuigan, I think, made the catch, and he's hit for about a 2-yard loss.
Danger throw, too. Donahoe really sent it into a mass of people. And it's pick six area. He was very lucky to find his receiver, but as you said, 1 yard loss brings up 3rd and 11 now for Ocean City. He needed to capitalize a little bit on the interception. Get that momentum swing, couple first downs, unable to do so at this point.
3rd and 11, the ball just at about the 19-yard line. It's a slot to the left, receiver wide to the right. There's two backs in the backfield with Donahue, who's back to throw, going to throw toward the right sideline, and it is almost intercepted, then tipped again and flew in the air, trying to get it to Baumgartner down the right side. And it is incomplete.
Yeah, if Baumgartner could have turned around and come back to the ball a little bit, maybe a chance. But the safety free flowed over there. The cornerback, Christian Baumgartner, had beaten. So the free safety got over there and was able to tip the ball up into the air. It hit another defender and then out of bounds.
Donahue at his 5. D'Amico stands inside his 45. Ocean City to punt again. Here's a rush. Gets the kick away. Floats it downfield. It hits at the 45. D'Amico goes after it, touches it at the 37, and just manages to gain control of it at the 38-yard line as an Ocean City defender dove in there.
He really wanted to touch that ball, too, because it was going to take a great Ocean City roll. That thing hit the turf and just took off, and D'Amico able to knock it down with his hand and then fall on it so that the field position remains at the 37.
Kind of top spin that reminds you of Tom Getzke's approach shots.
Yeah, right. My approach shot. If you ever saw one of my approach shots, I always lose them somewhere.
Okay. St. Augustine leads it here 7-0. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. They've got the ball in their own 38. Slot to the right. Handoff off the left side. And running room down the left side. Pulls out of a tackle at the 35. He's down to the 30, the 25, and stopped about the 23-yard line.
Garrett Jones in on the tackle for Ocean City, but not before there was a 30-yard gain. And again, at the line of scrimmage, huge hole. Lamont Harris's speed gets him into the secondary quickly, and then the breaking of the tackle by the cornerback, and it was just him and Garrett Jones back, and Jones able to make the tackle.
Lamont Harris is unofficially 4 yards away from 100 here in the first quarter. Slot to the right. Handoff going left. Straight arm and a pickup of about 8 or 9 yards.
Again, Fay on the tackle for Ocean City, but again, they're getting great blocking at the point of attack. The defensive end on that right side was turned in. It was nothing but a wall of white, and 8 yards or almost 9 on first down for the Hermits.
Harris back in. It's 2nd and 2. He gets the ball going left, tries to cut it back, but he's hit and driven down.
This time the defensive end did exactly the right thing, as he did not collapse inside. He was able to hold his ground, but, Lamont Harris is good for a reason, and his eye saw he could cut the ball back upfield and get the first down that way. That's exactly what he did.
Now they started to move the chains, and the officials said, nope, don't move the chains. Now they're trying to find out where now they are moving the chains.
I think there was a kink in the middle. They asked someone to give him some help, and he did so in the middle of the chain. So first down is there unofficially. I have them for 6 already in this game.
Yeah, that's what I have too. Ball's at the 15-yard line, just outside the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, St. Augustine. They lead it 7-0. It's Harris straight up the middle. Runs through a tackle to the end zone. Touchdown, his 2nd of the game. This one from about 16 yards.
Once again, not even touched until into the secondary at the point of attack. Great blocking. The linebacker, Phil, blocked as well. And Harris just nose to the end zone, 16 yards, north and south style runner, low, tough at 190 pounds. And, boy, he's over 100 yards already in 2 scores.
Extra point coming from Will Albrecht. Ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough, but it's wide. So it stays 13-0 as St. Augustine, Lamont Harris scores his 2nd touchdown of this game, of the first quarter of this game, as he leads the Cape Atlantic League. He has 8 touchdowns now this year, plus a 2-point conversion for 50 points. Boardwalk Honda invites you to check out their always up-to-date online inventory, ideal for doing research from the comfort of your own home or office. When you've found the Honda models you like, visit Boardwalk Honda, 6807 Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township, and take a test drive. The service you'll receive is a cut above, and Brian Brammel's sales staff is professional yet highly approachable. You'll quickly understand why Boardwalk Honda has such an expansive base of loyal customers. Boardwalk Honda. Call toll-free at 877-472-6499. So Ocean City down now 13-0. Will receive this kickoff from St. Augustine and Will Albrecht. Jared Jones, Owen Deeroff back deep for the Raiders. Albrecht approaches, kicks it high in the air but short, and it's taken on a dive at the 26-yard line, like an outfielder coming up for a short fly ball.
That's a dangerous kick. A lot of people don't realize how dangerous that kick is because they're running, meaning the Hermits, they've kicked it off. They're running under that coverage, and if that ball lands and it's in between players for Ocean City, it can be quite precarious. So the player for Ocean City did the right thing, was able to get it, slide down, and set up shop. Ocean City needs a first down. They don't even have one yet in the game. Been unable to move the football. Need to answer the two scores by the Hermits. Get their confidence going a little bit. 1st and
10 on the 26. Garrett Jones in motion. They give it up the middle and banging for about 3 yards, and then driven back is Jared Jones.
Yeah, D'Amico in on the tackle. He's helped out there by Bailey. There was a real good player at the point of attack wearing number 56. That's Bill Lyons. Lyons was able to get into the hole. Good tackling, a gain of about a foot for Ocean City.
Jones is the only one with positive yardage. He's carried twice for 4 yards. Both Naplasik and Donahue have minus yardage. Receivers left and right. Motion from Baumgartner right to left. Now he's going back to the right. Play action. Donahue throwing down the middle, and it is incomplete. Defender one-on-one. Deeroff the intended receiver, and A.J. Baxter back there on the coverage.
And Baxter beaten on the play, and that time the safeties were up. Again, they bring the house to the Hermits. The safeties were up. So back there was Baxter one-on-one, a very well-thrown ball. No air under it right there, just unable to make the catch. One hand on it, but unable to secure it.
3rd and about 9 for Ocean City as we get near the end of the first quarter. St. Augustine leading 13-0. McGuigan splits to the left, Deeroff to the right. Donahue, motion from Baumgartner right to left. Donahue rolls left, screen pass back the other way, and they've got Jared Jones for a loss on the play. Well read by St. Augustine.
Certainly was.
Jim Brady, I think.
Yeah, Brady, exactly, Tom. Brady really sniffed that out. Did not go with the flow left, saw the pass back to the right. A little bubble screen, if you will, over there, a little flat pass, and well defensed, and Ocean City will have to give the ball back to St. Augustine.
And that's the end of the first quarter. That play ends the first quarter with St. Augustine leading by a score of 13-0. At Local Gym and Fitness, their staff brings more than 30 years of training experience to the job. They're looking forward to assisting all of their members in achieving their fitness goals. Local Gym and Fitness is at 908 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. You can call them at 609-545-8732 or visit them online at localgymandfitness.com. Local Gym and Fitness is also setting new standards from personal training to group fitness. Fritz, Russell, Patrick, and Coach Implazio are proud supporters of Ocean City High School athletes and wish all the Raiders the best this year. Stop in and see them at Local Gym and Fitness, 908 Asbury Avenue in the center of Ocean City. Okay, Ocean City about to punt the football here to start the second quarter. Looks like Donahue's about his own 8 or 9 yard line. And D'Amico standing just outside his 45.
Field position has really been the Hermits tonight.
Good rush. kick is not too deep. It goes toward the sideline, and it's going to actually be St. Augustine's ball just outside the Ocean City 35-yard line. Donahue didn't hit that one right.
All possessions so far. The Hermits have had the ball at or near midfield, and then you had the blocked punt, which gave them a real short field inside the 20. So you have a situation where the Hermits have taken advantage of great field position. They have the same thing here again. While Ocean City's come up with a couple stops, they've really been unable to stop Lamont Harris.
Will Albrecht's going to split to the left. Receiver split to the right. Tabora hands off to Harris, going right. He's got room down the right side, breaks one tackle, and he's stopped for about a 10 or 11-yard gain. We'll see if they give him the first down.
Garrett Jones is busy back there defensively, Tom, the cornerback, and sometimes they put him up on the line of scrimmage as a linebacker. Really is the only thing they have to stop Harris. Second and about a foot will be the call for the Hermits deep into Red Raider territory with a lead of 13-zip.
Actually, they're going to measure.
Yeah.
But it's about a 9 or 10-yard gain. We'll see if they get the first down.
So important to be successful on first down, too. Makes coaching really – you can look real smart as a coach when you're looking at 2nd and 1, 2nd and a foot.
And that's what they are, 2nd and a foot, the width of the football. St. Augustine on top here, 2 Lamont Harris touchdowns. He has 8 on the season, leading the Cape Atlantic League. And he has unofficially 124 yards here on the first play of the second quarter. Albrecht splits to the left. And Dobbins to the right. Jose Tabora waiting for the officials to blow the whistle. The chains are all set. Now they're ready. Harris lined up behind him. Tabora takes a snap, gives to Harris going right. He cuts it back up the middle, slices toward the end zone. Touchdown. Lamont Harris scores his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Tom, nobody touched him. I mean, no, absolutely not. A hand was laid on Harris. He got the hole, and then it was the quick break left, and it was just clean and green from that moment. His speed and the fact that he found that spot on the field where Ocean City had vacated, it was just him in the end zone.
28-yard touchdown run makes it 19-0. Extra point attempt coming from Albrecht. Waits the snap. The ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough, and it good. That was very high, in fact. So Albrecht gets his second extra point of the game, and St. Augustine has a 20-0 lead over Ocean City. They'll be kicking off to the Raiders with 11:23 left here in the first half at Carey Stadium. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on WPG, Talk Radio 1450. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. Interstate Batteries in Egg Harbor Township is now the 10th largest in the country, bringing their excellent service to 7 counties in South Jersey. They not only have a battery for your car, but your boat, RV, motorcycle, ATV, truck, power chair, or golf cart. Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, is at 6064 Riga Avenue in Egg Harbor Township. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Phone them at 609-646-5008. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Tested and trusted. They're outrageously dependable.
And on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, Battle of the Unbeatens finds Oakcrest up over Buna 7-0. St. Joe extends their lead 21-0 over Vineland.
Albrecht's kick is deep. It's taken by Jared Jones, and he trips and falls back inside the 5-yard line. I'm going to put it on the 4. He was setting himself for a return because it was a deep kick and a little bit of a line drive, but he slipped and fell, and Ocean City will start on the 4.
Not where you want to start. Obvious comment there. Not exactly where you want to start at your own 4, but that's what Ocean City has to do, trailing by 20. Again, have yet to get a first down. They really need to work on their confidence, get some momentum, put together some firsts, get in a rhythm.
The Plastic lined up. They got in motion is Baumgartner. The Plastic it is. Tries to hit off the right side, and he's going to just get out of the end zone to about the 1-yard line.
Baumgartner was unable to get his block there, Tom. He goes in motion, then comes back, and the first guy through the hole the tight end is supposed to take, but he was unable to find him. And then the big loss on the play of 4 yards puts the ball pretty much on the goal line for Ocean City now. So when you take a look at the next two plays, how careful they have to be with the football, and then if they have to punt it back, they'll be punting. He'll only be 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. So real important play right here for Ocean City.
2nd and 13. The ball, call it the 1-yard line. Donahue waits the snap. He's going to throw, and it's caught out around the 8 or 9-yard line, it looks like. They'll spot the football. Quick pass. Quick look out to McGuigan.
Yep, they'll slam in. And one-on-one coverage out there. Donahue got him the ball. Nice on the line. And gave him now the space where they can maybe get a first down on this particular possession, but certainly move it out of the end zone.
Yeah, they gained about 7 on the play, so it'll be 3rd and 6 for Ocean City out around the 8-yard line.
Well, if you got 7 in your playbook, you can get 6, right? You just got 7, so real good chance for Ocean City now.
Receivers left and right, and Naplasik behind Donahue. Motion from Deeroff. It's Naplasik up the middle, and he's hit and stopped at about the line of scrimmage. May have fallen ahead for another yard.
Yeah, Quinn Dolan, Shamir Collins, Tom, really stuffed it at the line of scrimmage. He had no opportunity for positive yardage, and now Ocean City will have to punt the ball over to the Hermits once again. And with 9:31 as the clock is ticking in this game, I don't think Ocean City even has a first down.
No, they don't.
And that is troublesome. They're going to have to take a look at that and try to find some spot on the field they can get some yardage against the Hermits.
The punt. And it hits out to the 30 and then spins backwards for a yard or two.
Actually, not a bad punt, given where that punter was coming from. I mean, he was basically kicking from his end zone. So you add that extra 15 onto the punt. So, yes, another short field for a potent Hermit offense, but Ocean City at least gets a couple chances to play defense here as the coach calls timeout for Ocean City.
St. Augustine has it on the Ocean City 28, it looks like. And we have 9:08 remaining here in the first half. St. Augustine's on top by a score of 20-0. Ocean City has used its second timeout. There's a full line of brand new cars available for rent at Just 4 Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Absecon, Rio Grande Avenue in Wildwood, Route 50 in Mays Landing, and at Prairie Egan, 16th and Simpson in Ocean City. They also have conversion vans, trucks, minivans, and 15-passenger vans. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels, serving South Jersey for more than 25 years in Absecon, Wildwood, Mays Landing, Ocean City, Berlin, Lakewood, and Brooklyn, New York. They're open 8:30 a.m. until 7 p.m. daily. Just 4 Wheels. Skelly's High Point Pub's open 24 hours a day, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday until 3 the rest of the week. Skelly's is at Shore Road and the White Horse Pike in Absecon. The High Point has dinners 4 to 10 every day, daily lunch and specials, and all your favorites. Skelly's High Point Pub, 5 North Shore Road in Absecon. Phone them at 641-3172 for takeout or delivery. Ocean City down here 20-0 as St. Augustine Prep, the number 10 ranked team in South Jersey, takes over on the Ocean City 28-yard line. Tabora hands off, going right is Harris, and he is driven out of bounds after a gain about 6 yards.
At the point of attack, the good defensive end for Ocean City did a nice job, stood his ground, got turned around, but that made Harris basically cut back into the defensive flow. So gets about 5 yards on first down, does Harris.
Hesitate to say this, Tom, but there hasn't been a flag in this game. 158 yards.
You should know better after all the years
Harris.
we've worked. You should know better.
Harris behind Tabora. Gets the handoff, straight up the middle, finds a hole, shoots to the right side, down the sideline, into the end zone for a touchdown.
at the point of attack, he just a little bit of a sliver of a hole, and he kind of hops through it, and then the linebackers are already crashed, so he's now got that soft area, and there's no cornerback, no safety going to catch him. Although, Mr. Williams, we do have flags all over the field. As soon as you said
after
it.
the game, after the play, I think.
But the fact of the matter is, I mean, he just has a nose for the end zone, and that could be with 8:53 here in the first half remaining, and he could have 4 touches already in this game.
4 touchdowns, yeah. And keep in mind, the Cape Atlantic League record is 6 by a whole bunch of people. Kevin Sinclair did it twice. William Washington, Tariq Taliaferro, and Calvin Cass of St. Augustine did it twice. Unsportsmanlike penalty against St. Augustine and against Ocean City. They nullify each other, but I think they were after the play, so the touchdown stands. A 22-yard touchdown run by Harris with 8:53 remaining here in the first half. St. Augustine has a 26-0 lead.
Little emotion by both players. Out of bounds, as you said, after the play. But so they set up for the point after with a 26-0 score so far for the Hermits.
Albrecht to kick. Third time Ocean City and St. Augustine have played in football. St. Augustine has won the 2 previous games the last 2 years. And they're taking a long time here getting the extra point aligned. Ocean City may be a player short now. They're making a substitution. Doug Shallcross comes into the game. Albrecht to kick. Ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough. And good. So he's 3 for 4. And St. Augustine has a 27-0 lead over Ocean City. They'll be kicking off to the Raiders with 8:52 remaining in the first half. Signal Graphics on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township is your local commercial printer with the personal service you expect. Cut out the middleman. Save time and money. Signal Graphics prints full color in-house. Signal's state-of-the-art equipment and expert printing staff allows them to produce an excellent product for very low cost. For fast turnaround and great prices, call the Gunnels, Riley, Kay, or Chris at 609-569-9990. And for special service, ask for Chugger. Signal Graphics. St. Augustine to kick off. On top here, 27-0. Jared Jones and Owen Deeroff back deep for Ocean City. As you mentioned, Jones has a really great, went down a little bit when he slipped and fell there, his average for kickoff returns, but he's done very well. He's returned 1 for a touchdown, but has had some knee problems. And, of course, when he went down, slipped like that, you were concerned that that might have been the problem. But apparently he's all right. He's back there awaiting Albrecht's kick. Mainland will host St. Augustine next week. Mainland is off this week, so they're probably here somewhere. Here's the kick from Albrecht. It's a high kick. It's coming toward Owen. Nope, they both let it go. It's finally picked up by Jones, looking for some room. He finds a little bit of it and gets the ball out across the 15 to about the 17-yard line. Deeroff and Jones came real close to colliding, and the ball bounced off of one of them, scooped up by Jones, and he brings it out to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, they both turned, kind of got back-to-back, and the ball hit one of them. And luckily it did not bounce back towards the on-rushing Hermits. It actually just planted itself on the ground, was picked up by Jones, and he gets it back to about the 17 as Ocean City sets up shop 1st and 10.
Raiders break the huddle. There's a slot to the right. Deeroff in the slot. Garrett Jones wide.
Tom, look how even the safeties are only 7 yards off of the line of scrimmage for the Hermits. They do bring the house.
The Plasik trying to get to the right side, and he's driven out of bounds.
There is just absolutely no opportunity. R.J. D'Amico in on the stop, but even the safeties are 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. They are just common. They don't respect Ocean City's ability to throw. Ocean City has shown them the pass to try to influence them to get back. They want none of it. They're bringing the house every play. The safeties are pinching. The corners are up on the line of scrimmage. The backs are blitzing, and Ocean City is just throttled as a result.
2nd and 13, loss of 3 on the play. back to about the 14-yard line.
Again, according to their coach, Tom, he loves his speed on defense, and we can see it. They are very, very quick to the ball.
Receivers left and right. They put Jones in motion right to left, Garrett Jones. And something's wrong. Timeout. Ocean City spends its third timeout. They're facing 2nd and 13 back on their own 14-yard line. Under the Flood Insurance Reform Act of 2012, you could save more than $90,000 over 10 years if you build 3 feet above base flood elevation. The all-star staff at Baumgartner House Lifting can attend to all your house raising needs. The Baumgartner family has 65 years of combined experience in general construction. Visit baumgartnerhouselifting.com or call toll-free at 855-324-2700. Baumgartner House Lifting, restoring the Jersey Shore one home at a time. Well, tacos will be closing soon. Just a few weeks left for you to take advantage of the finest Italian food in Ocean City by putting away a supply of their food in your freezer. They're at 957 West Avenue, but time's running out. Baltacos is open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend. Be sure to stop in and make sure you'll have enough of their delicious food for the cold winter ahead. Baltacos, 957 West Avenue, Ocean City, 399-0753. Donahue has a slot to the left, awaits the snap. Pump fakes. There's a flag on the play. Throwing long. Receiver out there. Makes the catch at the 35. Throw a tackle at the 45, at the 50, and he's down to the 40-yard line of St. Augustine. But remember, there's a flag on the play. McGuigan, the receiver. And they're
bringing it back.
The officials are bringing it back.
A very, very positive play. Finally got one-on-one covered. The safeties, as we mentioned, the last 2 plays, Tom, were very, very deep up, only 7 yards off the line of scrimmage, and Ocean City took full advantage of that, got some space. Donahue got him the ball, but again, the flag had been thrown immediately at the beginning of the play, so it was all for naught.
Illegal motion to call, and it'll be a 2nd down and 18 yards to go.
Ocean City's second penalty of the game. They did share the one out of bounds for the extra play after the clock.
Good strong run after the catch by Owen Deeroff. He made the catch at the sidelines for about an 8 or 10 yard gain and then turned it into a big gain, but it's nullified. So Ocean City 2nd and about 18, now back inside its own 10-yard line. Donahue awaits the snap. Takes it, hands it off inside, and there's nothing there. Stop for a loss of a yard or 2 is Deeroff.
Trevor Malasecki in on the tackle, assisted in there by Jim Brady.
Tackle made by
We're starting to get, or St. Augustine starting to get some other players on the field. And Malasecki was first in on the tackle.
Donahue brings the play in from the sideline. 3rd down. And about 18 or 19 yards to go. Raiders break the huddle. Slot to the left. The Plastic lined up behind Donahue.
3rd and 19 now for Ocean City, deep in their own territory. And
flags. May have been a delay. Let's see. Yep. Delay a game. No.
After this penalty, delay.
Yeah, I didn't notice the signal. I think the signal. Yeah, I don't know how you call it.
They didn't even snap the ball.
They didn't snap it.
Must have read him wrong. But at any rate, Ocean City's on about the 3-yard line now.
Penalty brings back the big play, and now Ocean City deep in their own territory. At the goal line again. Very dangerous.
Donahue awaits the snap. Play action. Throws over the middle. It's caught by Deeroff. And he's going to be close to the 1st down, a few yards short it looks like. He's out to about the 15 or 17-yard line. I'm moving it back to the 15-yard line. So he's going to be a few yards short of the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 4th and 14 now for Ocean City. They have to punt the ball away to the Hermits. And I don't know, so got to find some magic on the defensive side of the ball. See if they can stop Lamont Harris. Unable to do so far.
Donahue's punt hits at the 35, rolls out to about the 38-yard line. And that's where St. Augustine will take over on the Ocean City 38.
Hermits certainly have enjoyed the short field, haven't they? I mean, they just continue to set up shop first down deep in Ocean City territory, and they've taken advantage of it. Some teams waste those opportunities. The Hermits, not so.
They started on their own 38, the Ocean City 23, their own 38, their own 38, the Ocean City 37, Ocean City 28, now the Ocean City 38-yard line. St. Augustine leading here 27-0. Lamont Harris with all 4 touchdowns. And he gets it again. He's hitting the backfield, spins out of that, tries to turn it to the outside, but Ocean City with excellent pursuit brings him down for what might be a 1-yard loss.
And Christian Baumgarten did crash into the backfield, got the first hit. He didn't wrap him up, but he stalled the momentum, and that Ocean City filled well, and that is the first time you've seen Harris stopped. He stopped for no gain, 2nd and 10. Ocean City standing up a little bit against this running assault of the Hermits.
16 carries, 180 yards unofficially. Tabora takes the snap up the middle and maybe just a yard or two. So it'll be 3rd and long, something St. Augustine hasn't faced very much in this game. Gain of 2 on that play.
They've not shown the pass. They have thrown the ball on 2 occasions. I think one was intercepted in the end zone by Ocean City. Is this where they do it? Although Harris has clipped off 27 and 28 at a time from his tailback position. So
3rd and 8. Tabora awaits the snap, gives it to Harris, going right, hesitates, tries to find room and doesn't. He's stopped at about the 23-yard line, 33-yard line, excuse me.
Could be in 4-down territory here as they are inside the 40 of Ocean City. And it looks like they're going to go for it at 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean City without a first down, so they're confident their defense will give them the ball back. So the Hermits go for it, 4th and long.
Opposing teams have converted 29% of the time. Pretty good percentage for the Ocean City defense on 4th down. Receiver split to the left. 4th and about 6. Tabora keeps and drives off the right side.
That was a direct snap back to Harris. It's a direct snap right back to Harris, Tom.
He didn't get the first down. He stopped at about, at least it doesn't look like he did. Let's wait. They're going to measure.
Yes, it looks like the officials called
it
time.
It looked like he was just short, but they repositioned the ball, and he's going to get a measurement out of it.
Kind of like a wildcat. Just snapped it directly back to Harris, and he didn't really run with that kind of force we've seen. Kind of picked his way for those 6 yards, see if he got the first down. The official certainly thinks it's close enough.
Yep, he did by a tip of the football. So that puts him up around 190 yards here in the first half. That's the 8th first down for St. Augustine.
Buna has come back to tie Oakcrest, Tom, in that battle of the unbeaten. St. Joe really up on Violent now, 34-0. And Holy Spirit has expanded its lead over Middle Township, 21-0. And that's the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard.
1st and 10 for St. Augustine. Again, they snap it directly to Harris. Hits off the right side and picks up about 7 yards.
Little wrinkle being shown by the Hermits. Another first down by them. Good yardage on first down. 2nd and short will be the call. And again, the direct snaps to Harris. He actually faked a handoff and then kept it himself out of that particular alignment.
Albrecht is actually the player next to him. Snap to Harris. Gives it to Albrecht going left, and he's tripped up and falls ahead close to the first down. Looked like Deeroff made the stop.
Yeah, and he was helped in there by Naplasik. The direct snaps are coming back to Harris now, so you're giving him an opportunity to show off his quarterback skills, if you will.
There's a flag on this play and a holding penalty against St. Augustine. Nullifies that play. Tabor is back in the game for St. Augustine, looking for a play on the sidelines, and that's the first penalty against the Brett.
And second penalty, actually. We had that one out of bounds. went against one each. So Ocean City standing up a little bit against St. Augustine. They had that great field position, but now they're forcing them play after play.
Slot right. Hand off to Harris, going right, hesitates, tries to cut back, can't do it. He's wrapped up in there by Doug Shawcross.
Yeah, Shawcross did a nice job of filling, but again, I'm going to credit the end on that side. The defensive end really stood his ground, turned that blocker around, and when Harris tried to crack it back left, bam, Shawcross was right in the hole and really beat him up for a loss of 2.
The ball just inside the 30, about the 29-yard line.
Let's go, Bob!
Yeah, good for Ocean City here. They give great field positions to the Hermits, but they are forcing the Hermits to play on offense right here.
3rd and about 12.
Nothing easy.
Motion left to right by the tight end. Handoff. Harris finds a spot up the middle, shoots through. He's wrestled to the ground to save a touchdown, but
that was Kyle Dobbins actually on the carry, Tom.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, that kid for a freshman, did you see that cut again?
Yeah.
He is completely at full speed on one-step cut.
And he was tackled by a freshman, too. I think Harry Feifel made the stop or he would have scored.
I'll tell you what, that is one quick freshman.
He gets it again going right.
And Dobbins gets great. He really gets great blocking at the point of attack. There were a lot of red jerseys on the ground, and he got himself a good yardage on that first down carry. So here the freshman Dobbins is making a statement here against Ocean City. The ball inside the 5 now. Red Raiders defense, really, their backs against the wall.
Dobbins has carried 24 times for 196 yards coming into the game. Tabora gives the ball to him again. He cuts it back, and he stopped.
He left his feet. That's something he'll have to, being a freshman, don't leave your feet. He did so right there, and then you lose all momentum if you got a good tackle. He's going to want to keep his feet, drive off those attempted tackles, and see if he can get positive yardage.
Ball's at about the 6, it looked like. The dark part of the field. 27-0, St. Augustine leading here. Tabora puts a man in motion. Tight end left to right. Hands the ball off. And driving into the center of the line is Kyle Dobbins. He's stopped at about the 3.
So to bring up 4th and goal, Tom. And the ball is going to be marked at the 3-yard line.
So what will the decision be of Mark Reardon?
Run the same play and tell Dobbins to break outside because the outside was wide open.
St. Augustine is going to call timeout. They're first here in the first half. They lead it here by a score of 27-0. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG, Talk Radio 1450. Boardwalk Honda wants your car, and they're paying top dollar. Visit boardwalkhonda.com. Shoppy's is even better online. You've probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at Shoppy.com, you can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921. Dave Tallarico celebrating the Orioles' first 2 wins in the American League Division Series. As they get ready, or look like they're getting ready to move on. All right. It is 4th and goal. The ball's on the 3-yard line for St. Augustine. They're ahead, 27-0.
And Harris back into the game at the tailback versus Kyle Dobbins, the freshman.
Wide slot to the right. And they blow the whistle. Play's ready. Tabora waits the snap, gives it to Harris, hits the center of the line, and he is stopped. He is stopped at about the 1-yard line.
And a spot where Ocean City's offense is familiar being right there. But again, the half ends 27-0 now. At halftime, the Hermits with the lead as Ocean City a little bit of momentum to go into the locker room with the goal line stands and the first half.
It's known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5 gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or partner store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Call 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. Since 1981, the Trofa and Coggins families have offered the best in car care at Car Caress, now at a new location, 1635 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, right next to CVS Pharmacy. There's also Car Caress 2 at 100 Stagecoach Road in Marmora behind ShopRite. At Car Caress, they'll hand wash your vehicle, both the interior and exterior. They also have an automatic car wash, self-service bays, and vacuums. Car Caress, now at 1635 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. Phone for an appointment at 609-398-8482. They also offer free pickup and delivery. Car Caress, something special for your vehicle at a price that fits your budget. So Lamont Harris has scored 4 touchdowns in the first half. He unofficially has 196 yards on 22 carries. And his running mate, the freshman, Kyle Dobbins, has carried 6 times for 44 yards. Ocean City, on the other hand, their rushing offense is minus 10 for the first half, and their passing offense is plus 13 for a total offense of 3 yards. The Raiders deep in the hole many times and just unable to get anything going. Harris, as we said, leads the Cape Atlantic League in rushing and scoring, and based on this first half, that's not going to change when the new stats come out. In fact, if he scores 2 more times, he'll tie the Cape Atlantic League record for touchdowns in a game. And that record is set first by Kevin Sinclair in 1994. He did it again in 1996. William Washington of Holy Spirit tied it in 2007. Tariq Taliaferro of Pleasantville, 2008. And Calvin Cass of St. Augustine did it twice in 2012. However, Kevin Sinclair's record of 6 touchdowns in one half, well, it seems to be safe. I guess we could score 6 in the second half maybe. But it seems like that's safe for another week. Anyway, let's find out what's going on elsewhere.
Yeah, and we are at half, so we can assume that these games, these scores are at half or thereabouts. But Buna and Oakcrest, again, battling the unbeatens. They are all tied up at 7. St. Joe just having their way with Vineland, 41-0. The score there, and Holy Spirit maintains that 21-0 lead over Middle Township. And for those that might have missed it last night, Absegami, a 29-28 winner over undefeated Egg Harbor Township. And next week, right here on WPG 1450, Egg Harbor Township will be at Ocean City. And on our sister station 97.3, Vineland will take on Atlantic City. And that is the Baumgardner Construction scoreboard.
Also on the Baumgardner Construction scoreboard, the Dodgers lead the Cardinals 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Giants defeated the Nats 3-2, and earlier today the Orioles rallied to defeat the Detroit Tigers by a score of 7-6 and take a 2-0 lead in that series. Kansas City and the Angels coming up later tonight, with the Royals leading. Royals have played 2 postseason games in the last 29 years, and they both going into extra innings, so we'll see what happens. Ocean City High School Band is on the field with their halftime show. We'll pick up the introduction and announcement of the homecoming queen from Tom Park when this band show is over. You know, the Storage Inn is a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago. They're at 9th Street and West Avenue in Ocean City. The Storage Inn has over 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs, both personal and commercial. The Storage Inn is open 7 days a week with 24-hour, 7-day security. Call 609-391-1416 for Storage Inn, also located in Egg Harbor Township, or visit storageinn.net. Their managers are on site to assist you. The Storage Inn of Egg Harbor Township and Ocean City. If you live in Cape May County and you're having problems with an appliance, your next call should be to Ulmer's Appliance Service. Dryers, refrigerators, ranges, washers, dishwashers, disposals, you name it. Ulmer's can repair it, and they service most major brands. Ulmer's Appliance Service has offices in Ocean City, Wildwood, Seaville, and Sea Isle City. There's one close to you. Phone 609-399-4398 for more information. Ulmer's Appliance Service. Well, multicolored flags. It's part of the presentation of the Ocean City High School Band. Drum group all in black as they do their halftime show here. I don't think St. Augustine has a marching band. There was nobody on before the game. Holy Spirit doesn't have a marching band either. I don't know. I wonder if St. Joe's does. Probably not.
I'm guessing no.
Probably not. So it's 27-0 here. A 9-yard run and a 16-yard run in the first quarter for Lamont Harris. A 28-yard run and a 22-yard run in the second quarter. He scored all 4 touchdowns, 3 extra points good by Will Albrecht.
Lamont Harris, again, the leading rusher so far, coming off of just a fantastic junior year where he rushed for 1,768 yards and 21 touchdowns with 190 yards today, 196 and 4 touchdowns. Scampers of 9 yards, 16 yards, 28 yards, and 22 yards for touchdowns, just having his way. Again, at the point of attack, they do rule the line of scrimmage, the Hermits. They have great blocking at the point of attack, and he's got just that great north-south speed. He's a smallish kid at 5'9", but he's big at 190, so he's going to be tough to bring down, tough to wrap up. And then when you get Dobbins going, there's a kid that's got great cutback ability, great cut speed. He literally is at full speed with one step. And when you have those two different kinds of runners, it's really difficult to defend. So you don't, you know what kind of a play to make on Harris, and then all of a sudden they put Dobbins in, and next thing you know, he's cutting right and cutting left and finding lots of running room. And it's really difficult from the defensive standpoint. Once you figure you got a beat on a guy, they send in another runner is completely different. And it's a great running attack by the Hermits, and it's the reason they have the 4-touchdown lead here at halftime. Defensively, Tom, you saw it. They bring the house. They bring everybody. Everybody's up on the line of scrimmage. 7 yards deep are the safeties. They don't respect Ocean City's ability to throw the ball, so they're just coming. And Ocean City's lack of a running game is a direct result of everything's being occupied at the line of scrimmage, and then whenever there is a hole to fill, the linebackers are right there to fill it, and they're blitzing from their corners, and they're in the backfield, really disrupting any flow Ocean City wants to get. And they've limited Ocean City to, as you said, plus 3 yards here in the first half.
You can watch the second half of this game by going to oceancitysports.com and hit on the link. You'll hear our play-by-play and the video supplied by Bill Shawcross and Matt Ulmer of the live play-by-play of this game and next week's game, too, in Egg Harbor Township comes to Ocean City. Go to oceancitysports.com if you want to watch this game online. And we remind you, the Oakcrest Buna game is on a 97.3 ESPN. We always wonder why you call it a sister station instead of a brother station or an uncle station, but it's all part of the same operation, and you can hear that game. And then tomorrow on 97.3, it'll be Bridgeton at Cedar Creek. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer are broadcasting the Buna Oakcrest game. It'll be Mike Gill and Steve Parker tomorrow with the game between Bridgeton and Cedar Creek. 2 very important National Conference games this week. Now, next week on 97.3 ESPN, it'll be Mike Gill and Ken Mosca with Vineland at Atlantic City. And both of these teams, Vineland's still in the top 8 in the Group 5 NJSIA standings, and the top 8 make the playoffs, but Atlantic City is not. So this is an important game for that reason. And next week, Bud Rink will be back. Tom Getsky will be in a helicopter somewhere. But right now we're going to join Tom Park and find out what's going on with the homecoming candidates.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Homecoming 2014 here at Ocean City High School. Now let's meet the candidates.
There's apples here, but.
The second homecoming candidate is Lucia Castellano. Lucia is escorted by Manuel Dino Castellano, her parents. Lucia is involved in fast
Tom, put those covers back on.
and is the school mascot. Lucia would like to work either in advertising or marketing.
You don't have to pop them on, just cover them up.
And also returns for the pet.
Sorry?
No. We sold that quite a while ago. And I just retired from teaching 3 years ago. Yeah, taught marketing. My wife and I both went out. We're actually Florida residents. I taught at the middle school. Yep. My wife was here. School nurse.
I've seen you since 60, 76, 77. We're all a little younger back then.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a long time. Since my last game, because I'll be heading back down to Florida.
Oh, really?
Sixth homecoming candidate is Rachel St. Clair. Rachel is escorted by her father, who is also St. Clair. Rachel is involved in Tea Club, Leadership Club, and the manager of the basketball team.
Retired and lived down here.
Rachel wants to become a golf
Yeah, we
player.
live down there. Up here for the summers. We have a home in Atlantic City. So we're in Atlantic City 4 months and then Florida.
Seventh candidate is Michaela Tucker.
See Lenny's got closed down in
Breakfast
place?
Michaela's involved with the color guard, dance, and the National Honor Society.
I don't do breakfast a whole lot. I mean, roaches are not exactly a headline in Florida. You can put a saddle on the roaches in Florida and ride all over town.
The last homecoming candidate is Calliope Giannis. Calliope is escorted by her father. Calliope is involved in the Interact Club, the American Sign Language Honor Society.
I've had something
Calliope
in a while.
went to college to become an ASL
Why do you get
instructor.
that text you sent the other day?
All the candidates would also like to thank their families and their friends for all their love and support throughout their high school careers.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Ocean City High School would also like to thank Mark and Evan DeDetto, owners of the Spindle Forest, America's Family Forest,
Well, yeah.
for the donation of flowers for the homecoming queen and her court.
Okay, well, maybe that was it.
We would now like to welcome back last year's homecoming queen, Danielle Barufi. Escorted by Dr. Jamison.
This is from you.
And now the results. The second runner-up is Calliope Giannis.
Just so we know where I have it. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so you just have the 8590002.
Because that was my home.
Okay, so let me get rid of this.
The first runner-up is
When he
Maddie
finishes,
Brady.
turn him down.
Yep.
And turn yourself up and talk to him.
8590002 is the only number you have.
That's why I wasn't. That's why I didn't get some.
Yeah, no,
No, it's just one.
And the homecoming queen for 2014, Lucia Castellino. Thank you all for participating in homecoming 2014.
And there is the presentation of the homecoming queen here at halftime. Ocean City taking on the St. Augustine Hermits. They do trail in the ball game 27-0 on 4 touchdowns by Lamont Harris. At 6:58 of the first quarter, Harris was a 9-yard run, point after good. And the Hermits jumped on top 7-0 after a blocked punt, a very short field opportunity for the Hermits. It was 16 yards. The carry, Harris the touchdown with 53 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We began the second quarter again with the short field for the Hermits, and it was a 28-yard touchdown run by Harris. The point after good. Only 11:23 left in that second quarter, and the Hermits were already up 20-0. And then at 8:35, 22 yards once again, Harris. The point after good, 27-0 was the score. Ocean City was able to stop the Hermits on the goal line as the first half ended. So with any luck at all, little defensive momentum for Ocean City as they are now at half, 27-0 the score. The Hermits lead, but Ocean City again goes into half with that goal line stand. 4th and goal was the call. They stopped Harris at the 1 and go into half down by those 4 scores. Again, if Lamont Harris is busy here in the second half, if the Hermits don't, call off the dogs a little bit, for the lack of a better cliche, Harris does stand a chance of tying the record of six touchdowns in a half, 6 touchdowns in a game in a South Jersey high school football game. And Sinclair, one of the Ocean City greats, had done it twice. It was also done by Holy Spirit running back. But the fact of the matter is he is within striking distance of the all-time record for touchdowns in a game, that being Lamont Harris with 4 here in the first half.
All right, St. Augustine comes back onto the field. Ocean City will join them soon. How about that? We understand that you heard the announcement of the homecoming queen, Lucia Casalino, who's not only the homecoming queen, but she wears the Raider mascot costume. So I guess that makes you even more popular. You know, you're the
Red Raider.
Yeah, the school mascot. So I guess there is no mascot here tonight because she's all dressed up. St. Augustine, as we said, back on the field. Ocean City will be back momentarily. The Prep leads here at the half, 27-0. Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. You can phone them at 398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. And Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com. And Stainton's Gallery on Asbury Avenue at downtown Gillian's. Help bring you Cape Atlantic League football on WPG Talk Radio 1450. And again, we remind you on our sister station, 97.3 ESPN. It's Oakcrest and Buna. And last we heard on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, it was 7-7 in the battle for first place in the National Conference. Tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN, Mike Gill and Steve Parker will bring you Bridgeton at Cedar Creek in another very important game. If Oakcrest should win, that kind of opens the National Conference up again because Bridgeton and Cedar Creek still have to play Oakcrest. And that means they have a chance to tie it all up. If Buna wins this game tonight in Mays Landing, they're just about it. They have beaten all the top contenders, and unless there's a major upset, Buna would be in real control of the National Conference standings. And just for the heck of it here, let's take a look. The last time that Buna won a Cape Atlantic League championship in football was 1988. They won back-to-back in 87 and 88, and they're the only 2 championships that Buna has ever won in the Cape Atlantic League in football. Let me see. Was that Chuck Donahue, do you think?
That would make sense. I mean, he had such a great run as coach there.
They were 8-1-1 in 87, won the league, and in 88 they were 11-0 and won South Jersey.
And right now they are still tied with Oakcrest, but they have both scored again, 14-14 now.
Well,
Buna Oakcrest. So 2 unbeatens going at it and providing the fans a heck of a football game. Tied at 14 against St. Joe over Vineland, 41-0. And Middle Township has answered, and Holy Spirit now has a 14-point lead, 21-7, the score there.
Some talented people on the Buna and Oakcrest teams. They don't throw the ball very much. Buna, Tyler Rainier, their junior quarterback's only thrown it 8 times, but 2 of them were he completed 3, and 2 of them were for touchdowns. but they've got a strong running fullback in Sammy Crouch, who's carried the ball 50 times for 373 yards. That's Buna. And Oakcrest has Kendall Elliott and Terrence Smith, who between them have about 270 yards. They've only played 2 games, so their stats are a little bit different than the rest of the teams in the Cape Atlantic League. Well, Ocean City hasn't come back yet, but they'll be here soon. Only a minute left on the clock. St. Augustine has been stretching and warming up, and as we said, they lead it here by a score of 27-0. Interestingly enough, coming into this game, Ocean City was still 5th in Group 3 in the playoff pairing situation. And keep in mind, the game in which you get the fewest points is now discarded. I guess that would be Mainland at this point. But St. Augustine, of course, they're in the same bracket with some powerful teams. And if the playoffs were this weekend, St. Augustine would be at Don Bosco, the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, I was going to say good luck with that.
But they're only 3rd seed in non-public 4. This game brought to you by Local Gym and Fitness. Their staff brings more than 30 years of training experience to the job. Local Gym and Fitness is at 908 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. You can call them at 609-545-8732 or visit them online at localgymandfitness.com. And Jersey Mike's has a great menu of hot and cold sandwiches, wrap salads, and a kids menu. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Visit Jersey Mike's in the ShopRite Center on New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-653-3000 for Jersey Mike's. Ocean City back on the field, loosening up. And pretty soon the captains will come to the center of the field. Ocean City will have the choice, undoubtedly. Will take the football. The wind isn't a big factor here at Carey Stadium. The other thing, we mentioned there was no penalties, and there were very few penalties. There was only 10 yards against St. Augustine and 8 yards against Ocean City. So very little. Penalties haven't affected the game at all. And
1 turnover.
Yeah, 1 turnover. There was almost a turnover on the first play when Garrett Jones stripped the ball away, but St. Augustine recovered it. But, yeah, there's only the 1 turnover, and Ocean City made that.
Mm-hmm.
So they did block a punt, though, St. Augustine, Ocean City's first punt of the game, and that set up a score for Harris.
And, again, given the 27-0 score and the fact that Ocean City has shy of a first down, the pick was in the end zone. I mean, that could have been another touchdown there, and again, 4th and goal on the 1, to end the first half. I mean, this score could have been even worse than 27-0. So, Ocean City really, like I said, needs to build on those 2 defensive stands and see if they can get into some rhythm, get some first downs going, open up some holes, and they could fully expect to see, I would think, the third quarter, certainly they're going to try to give Lamont Harris the opportunity maybe at that 6th touchdown. But the fact of the matter is they are going to see some new jerseys out there and maybe get some rhythm going, get some first downs, get a score, and that way their confidence isn't too bad. They do get a pretty decent Egg Harbor Township team in here next week. Egg Harbor Township dropping their first in a kind of an odd way, a bad snap on an extra point that the young man runs into the end zone for a 2-point conversion, and they lose 29-28. So, Egg Harbor Township certainly going to be thirsty to get back on the winning side, and they visit Ocean City next week.
If St. Augustine scores 8 points in this second half before Ocean City scores, they would go to a running clock with a 35-0 lead in the second half, and they would only stop the clock for timeouts, injuries, and scores, and I guess measurements. But they're ready to go now. And St. Augustine with their back to the ocean. Ocean City set to receive. Owen Deeroff is back deep along with Jared Jones. They're both standing at about their own 5-yard line. Albrecht has kicked some deep, and he's had some others that didn't go quite as deep.
Good field position, too. Ocean City really could use some good field position. They've been living, particularly with their, them facing the ocean now, they've been living in that end zone over there for the last 2 or 3 possessions. So I think they run back here, see if we can get some field position.
Here's the kick, and it sails into the end zone for a touchback. So Ocean City will start on its own 20, trailing by a score of 27-0.
Again, no wind affecting anything here tonight, so he got all ball there and kicked it deep into the Ocean City end zone. It bounced pretty much at the 5-yard line, and it went.
Give you an idea, St. Augustine lost its opener to St. Joe's 36-6. They beat Millville 27-12 and beat Atlantic City 45-22 coming into this game. Donahue brings the team out of the huddle. And he shifts a player, and he's going to roll to his right. Try to get to the right sideline. He's just going to go down for a loss. Loss of about 9 yards back to the 11-yard line.
Again, not only did the linebackers blitz, the corner blitz from that side, and they got interior push, did the Hermits, Tyler Capelli, a really nice job of beating his man and getting him into the backfield. Really, Donahue had nowhere to go. If he couldn't find an open receiver, it was either go out of bounds or fall down. He slipped down for, as you said, 9-yard loss.
Joe Walkowiak was in the backfield with him along with Naplasik, and he blocked well, but he only blocked one, and there were a lot of them coming. Walkowiak played at St. Augustine last year. Now it's just Naplasik in the backfield, and Ocean City's going to spend a timeout. They may have been short a player.
Yeah, things are not going well. I mean, you're literally calling timeout after one play has been run to start the second half, and that's a killer right there, momentum killer right there.
No, actually it wasn't. They weren't a player short. They're just going to make a substitution. There was something they didn't like about that formation. 27-0, St. Augustine leads early in the third quarter here in Carey Stadium. Coverage brought to you by the finest Italian food in Ocean City at Voltacos. They're open 7 days a week during the summer, weekends in the early fall, and it's getting close to closing time. They'll be open this weekend and next weekend. Voltacos, 957 West Avenue in Ocean City. Phone 609-399-0753. And Shriver's Saltwater Taffy and Fudge in the center of the Ocean City Boardwalk for more than 115 years. They have a selection of saltwater taffy, fudge, macaroons, mint rolls, nuts, and chocolates online. Visit Shrivers.com. Place an order, receive your treats.
Even though he looks like he's an 8th
Shrivers on the boardwalk at 9th Street. Ocean City out of the huddle. Baumgartner discussing something with Donahue. He's got Naplasik behind him. Takes a snap, sets, and fires it to an open spot. I don't know what was intercepted or not.
Intercepted.
It was?
Yep.
Yep, the official marks it as an interception. A diving catch. The intended receiver had cut in a different direction, and it was a diving attempt and picked off, I think, by A.J. Baxter.
There was no one in the area that could have received the ball for Ocean City. No one. Baumgartner stayed in to block, so he wasn't the intended receiver. And the intent, as you said, someone did cut in an opposite direction, and the ball was just floated into that area, and the only one there was a Hermit, and that Hermit was, I think, Baxter.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, the interception. And one thing they do have is great field position again, this time from the 10.
They're just outside the 10 so they can get a first down. And now the ball is loose on a sweep attempt by Kyle Dobbins, but it's recovered by St. Augustine.
They are in a little spot where the field's not muddy necessarily, but there is no grass, so unable to get any traction was Dobbins, and he went down. Gain of about a foot.
Let's go!
Tabora looks to the sidelines, gets the signal, then checks his wrist. Harris is going to line up behind him. Second and about 9. Motion. Here's Harris going left, and he's trapped in the backfield, spins out of it, still fighting to get free, and he can't. So he stopped at about the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a yard.
Yeah, Christian Bumgarner really held his ground there, got the first contact, turned Harris back into the flow, and then when Harris was being gang tackled, Christian put Bumgarner put the final touches on it. So a nice play by him right there. Nice play by Ocean City's defense. Again, they continue to give the Hermits a short field, but the defense has stood up last couple possessions.
So it's third down, a little less than 10 yards to go. Tabora with Harris behind him. He's got receivers to both sides. Takes a snap, sets, fires over the middle, and it is incomplete. Try to make a one-handed catch in the end zone, but unable to come up with it. So it'll be a fourth down for St. Augustine.
Yeah, Ostap was in the end zone. He ran a little post pattern, and he was wide open. He had beaten his defender. The ball just had to be put on the shoulder pads, and it wasn't. It led him too much, and it brings up fourth.
They're going to try a field goal as Will Albrecht sets the ball down, or the tee down, on the 17-yard line. So it's a 27-yard field goal attempt by Albrecht. The ball is down, the kick is up, it's high enough, and it's good. So add 3 to St. Augustine's total. That's his first career field goal, a 27-yard field goal. And Albrecht, who's already kicked 3 extra points, now has 6 points in the game.
And on the Bumgarner Construction scoreboard, we have Pleasantville. They have not won yet this year. They're playing Lower Cape May, who too has yet to break into the win column. But Pleasantville holds a 13-7 lead over Lower Cape. Holy Spirit maintains its lead 21-7. St. Joe still in control 41-0. And again, Oakcrest and Buna still knotted at 14.
Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. Albrecht, who kicked the 27-yard field goal, will kick off. 30-0. St. Augustine on top. Ocean City has now not scored in a game and a half. They didn't score last week against Mainland, and this is kicked into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. Raiders will start on their 20.
And the Hermits have taken advantage of both turnovers. They did block the punt and set up the short field. They scored off of that, and in this case, the interception and the field goal, so they've gotten 10 points out of Ocean City miscues, adds to the problem for Ocean City. Not only are you up against a team like St. Augustine, but you've got to be careful with the football. In both cases, Ocean City paid for it by 10 points.
Donahue brings him out of the huddle. The Plasek is behind him. He's got a receiver to each side. Puts Deeroff in motion. The Plasek trying to get to the outside, and he does, picks up some yardage. He's out across the 25 to about the 26 or 27-yard line.
Yeah, Shamir Collins quickly closed on the play, so it's a good game for Ocean City on first down. Shamir Collins coming up to make a good open field tackle for the Hermits, brings up second, and we'll call it 6.
Gain of 4 on the carry. And that's Ocean City's best running play of the day. They had a 3-yard gain by Jared Jones in the first half. Receivers left and right. Motion from Baumgartner. Donahue hands the ball off. And bang, right into the center of the line. Pad to pad, and down went Jared Jones.
What a great tackle by Jim Brady on the play for the Hermits. Tell you what, he just stood in the hole, and as you said, that was mano-a-mano right there, and very little gain, if any, on the play. Great play by Brady.
Jones, Koviak, both in the backfield. 4th and about 6. Quick pass, incomplete. Trying to get it to Baumgartner, who was split wide to the left. He was able to reach down and get a hand on it, but not able to pull it in. And Ocean City will punt.
Ball was poorly thrown. That's one of those times, and you've thrown the football before, that little finger, it went off the little finger, and the nose dove down into the ground. Baumgartner never had a chance of the reception. Now Ocean City has to punt the ball away.
Donahue to punt, stands at about his own 9, and back at his 45 is R.J. D'Amico. Donahue punts it, and it goes toward the sideline and spins out of bounds just across the 30. So Ocean City will turn over the ball to St. Augustine. Looks like it was spotted right on the 30. Officials haven't officially said it.
Short field again for the Hermits. They already lead by 30
last week,
but Ocean City just unable to get the Hermits to have to play, back in their territory necessarily. No, they're sitting already at 31 of Ocean City, 1st and 10 with a 30-point lead.
Tabora. He's got Harris set behind him, but here comes Xavier Fowle with a play. He's going to be the slot back on the left side. He goes in motion. Harris gets the ball, trying to circle the right side, and cuts it in for about 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, Diroff on the tackle for Ocean City, but Harris got real good yardage on 1st down. 2nd and 5 will be the call now for the Hermits. Just a typical sweep, if you will, to the right side. Everybody out there blocking for the Hermits and coming up to make the play. Diroff for Ocean City.
Unofficially 200 yards and 24 carries for Lamont Harris. Receivers left and right. Motion from the right side. Hitting straight up in there, shooting through a hole, spinning out of a tackle, and in for a touchdown. Lamont Harris has scored his 5th touchdown of the game, and St. Augustine leads by a score of 36-0.
Boy, I tell you what, north-south speed, just and tough to bring down. At 5'9", 190, he is a handle, especially when he's at full speed. Again, you're trying to hit him. He's bouncing off. He's hard to wrap up. And then he's got that north-south speed. And once he smells that end zone, man, he's going to find a way to get to it. Did right there from 25-yard line.
Albrecht trying to kick his 7th point. He's got 3 extra points and a field goal. The kick is up. It's high enough and it's good. And that makes it 37-0. So the clock's going to run here at Carey Stadium until Ocean City scores to reduce it to a less than 35-point margin. And it will run, as we said, except for certain situations that will stop the clock. 37-0. St. Augustine leads Ocean City here at Carey Stadium. Coverage brought to you by Car Caress, 1635 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, next to CVS Pharmacy, and Car Caress 2 at 100 Stagecoach Road in Marmora behind ShopRite. Phone for an appointment at 609-398-8482. The Lobster Loft in Sea Isle City for 2-for-1 dinners on Thursdays and Fridays, half-price bar appetizers. Look for the Big Red Lobster at 42nd Street in the Bay in Sea Isle. And Cape May County's most unique 9-hole challenge, offering links-style golf. Heritage Links Golf Course, Route 9 in Ocean View. Phone 609-390-4500. Kickoff coming from Albrecht. Gets the foot to it. Goes over toward Diroff, and it's over his shoulder. He picks it up at about the 1. And Diroff works it out across the 10. Still fights for some yardage and may have gotten it to the 12 or 13.
Ocean City really up against it, 37-0 now. Their heads have not gone down. They're still congratulating one another, still giving it their best effort. But, this is just – they knew they were in for a heck of a game. This St. Augustine team is awfully good. As we said a couple weeks ago, their loss to St. Joe was not a 36-6 loss. The final score was that, but they were really in that game. And then they put together a couple wins. The third one now, they are certainly on a roll. And, looking to make a statement here in the Cape Atlantic.
Naplasik behind Donahue. Motion. Garrett Jones, they give it to Naplasik, and he's out across the 10 out to about the 12 or 13-yard line.
Yeah, actually the blitz hurt St. Augustine right there because they kind of blitzed right past the ball carrier, and positive yards for Ocean City on 1st down. Pick up of 3.
Yep, 2nd and 7. Dan Henderson checks into the game for Ocean City. He hasn't carried the ball. He's their 2nd leading ground gainer.
Dean Kolinich was the tackler on that last play for St. Augustine. He's new into the game.
Henderson, the back with Donahue in the backfield. He's looking to throw. Throwing over the middle. He gets it complete for about a 2 or 3 yard gain out near the 15-yard line to Baumgartner.
Impressed with Shamir Collins right now, Tom. That's his third open field tackle, just one-on-one, and he's able to wrap up Baumgartner after a short game. But sometimes that really tests your ability as a football player when you're just out there and it's you and him. That's it, and you make the tackle. And, he's done so on 3 occasions, and he's really quick to the ball and he's very sure-handed when it comes to tackling.
Donahue brings the play in. It's 3rd and 5. The ball at about the 15-yard line. Deeroff split right. McWagan split left. Donahue puts his man in motion. A little play action. Throws for Deeroff, who's triple covered. And the pass is incomplete. Shamir Collins had it in the air, but when he came down, he bobbled it, and it's incomplete. He had an interception, but it was, as we said, dropped as he hit the ground. So Ocean City will be facing another punting situation.
Nothing to lose if you're Donahue by throwing that ball, but he did throw into triple coverage, and that's a dangerous, dangerous throw.
D'Amico stands at the Ocean City 45. High snap to Donahue. He kicks a low kick, end over end, and it gets an Ocean City roll just across the 40 to the 41. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like it's going to be inside the 40 where they mark it. They mark it at the 39-yard line. So St. Augustine will take over on the Ocean City 39. And we've got 3:56 left here in the third quarter. St. Augustine leads 37-0, and of course the clock is running. Ball hasn't crossed the 50 for Ocean City in this half. St. Augustine has taken Tabora out, and they go back to that Wildcat-type offense. They snap it to Harris. He hands it off to Albrecht, who's trying to circle the right side, but he's brought down by Deeroff for a loss.
Yeah, Deeroff saw it right away. I mean, as soon as the ball was snapped, he went to the spot of the field where he knew the play was coming. The fake was to Harris, as you said, but then the quarterback, or the keep, and off it went to Deeroff, who was standing right there for the big loss.
2nd and about 13. St. Augustine looking to go 3-1.
Tabora back at quarterback, so enough fiddling around with the Wildcat.
Harris behind him. Motion. Gets Harris. Harris in the middle and stopped as he goes inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Garrett Jones in there on the stop.
Yeah, Garrett Jones, a real good stop. He really got his face mask into the breast of the ball carrier Harris and dropped him immediately. So they get back to penalty +2. Do the Hermits. 3rd down.
3rd down and about 8. Harris lined up in the backfield. Tabora back to throw on a play action pump fakes. Now he's going to scramble to the left side, and he is grabbed by Naplasic, who rides him to the sidelines, and he's out of bounds. The question is, how's it going to line up with the first down? It looks like it's close.
They're in 4-down territory more than likely anyway. But as you said, he is close to the first. Looks like a
2 yards short, yard and a half.
Yep. Yeah, yard and a half, yard and length football, that's it.
Ocean City makes a quick defensive substitution. Harris in the backfield to take the snap, and Ocean City's going to call timeout. That's their second timeout here in the second half. Stops the clock with 1:29 remaining in the third quarter. And I guess they wanted to just see if they can get this ball back and talk a little bit about this direct snap to Harris. Coverage brought to you by Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery at 6064 Riga Avenue in Egg Harbor Township. Phone them at 609-646-5008. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Tested and trusted. And the McMahon Insurance Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing. Call them at 609-399-0060 or online at mcmahonagency.com. The coverage you need, the service you deserve. 37-0. St. Augustine leading Ocean City here at Carey Stadium. Clock running on what they call the mercy rule.
Yeah, he stopped it for this timeout, obviously.
Till the ball snapped. And they're lining up Harris again to take the direct snap. He does. Looks up the middle. Breaks through the line. Garrett Jones chasing him, and he won't catch him. And Lamont Harris ties the Cape Atlantic League record of 6 touchdowns in a game.
And he does it from about 30 yards out. So he is well over the 200-yard mark. Is Lamont Harris, and he's just having a field day here in Ocean City. As you said, 6 touchdowns and 230-plus yards here. October 3rd, mark it down. That's a heck of a feat for that young man. And he is, a senior at 5'9", 190. Huge yards last year, 21 touches. He's putting it all together tonight.
Albrecht's kick is high enough and good, so he's only missed 1, and it's now 44-0. St. Augustine on top of Ocean City. The record for touchdowns in a game was set by Kevin Sinclair against Millville in 1994. He did it again, that was his sophomore year. He did it again in 96 against Egg Harbor Township, right here on this field. William Washington of Holy Spirit did it against Buna in 2007. Tariq Taliaferro of Pleasantville did it against Lower Cape May in 2008. And St. Augustine's Calvin Cass did it twice against Vineland and Pleasantville in 2012. And now add Lamont Harris to that list. Though, of course, there's still a lot of time left. He could be the first one to score 7 touchdowns in a game. The record for points in a game, though, is 39 by Frank Ziegler of Lower Cape May. He did it in a lot of different ways. Kicked some field goals. I think he kicked some extra points, too. All right, Albrecht, the kickoff again for St. Augustine. He's got to be getting tired. The ball's coming down to Deeroff. It's off his hands and into the end zone. So Ocean City will start on the 20-yard line.
And on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, Pleasantville again over Lower Cape 13-7. Holy Spirit is added to their lead, 28-7 now over Middle Township. St. Joe's continues to roll 48-0 over Vineland, and Buna has taken a lead on Oakcrest. That score stands at 21-14, so 3-0 Buna leading 2-0 Oakcrest, 21-14.
That game on our sister station, 97.3 ESPN. Ocean City trying to get something going here. Donahue. He's got Jared Jones behind him. Motion from Deeroff. Jared Jones gets it, and they spin him to the ground back around the 17-yard line. So he's now carried 4 times for no yards. Ocean City has a -7 rushing attack and a +15 passing attack.
And that's the end of the third quarter, and in on the play was Bob O'Brien again, starting to see some new jerseys for the soon-to-be 3-1 Hermits of St. Augustine.
Keep in mind, St. Augustine only dresses 42 players. Ocean City only dresses 38, so most of them are probably in action in some way anyhow. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. Game also brought to you by the Heist Agency, with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. You will also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. And Just 4 Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Absecon, Rio Grande Avenue in Wildwood, Route 50 in Mays Landing, and at Perry Egan, 16th and Simpson in Ocean City. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels. 44-0. St. Augustine leading Ocean City here at Carey Stadium.
West, I think,
setting
is
day
46. I'm right
for
there.
Lamont Harris, who was tied the Cape Atlantic League record with 6 touchdowns in the game.
Win behind it. Just there.
And again, 230 yards. I mean, he
Yeah,
is just
every
putting
play,
a show
touchdown.
here. He's done it on the direct snap. He's done it running north-south. He's actually run power runs from 9 yards, and he's also burst for 30. And he's just showing all of his tools here against Ocean City.
Update 2 in baseball. It's 6-1. The Dodgers lead the Cardinals after 5 innings. Ocean City, the ball snapped and rolling near the 5-yard line, scramble for it. Ocean City player picks it up and is stopped almost immediately. So that was Jared Jones, but the ball was snapped low and it rolled past Donahue all the way back to the 4-yard line. Jones picked it up, ran it maybe 1.5 yards across the 5. And Ocean City is looking at the second and 25.
And sad to say, given the 44-0 score, but this is familiar territory for Ocean City. They have been playing out of their own end zone pretty much most of the second quarter, and certainly here now in the fourth.
Raiders break the huddle, receivers left and right. Donahue, Jared Jones behind him. Baumgartner in motion.
Sending everybody.
Jared Jones gets the handoff and drives out for about 5 yards to the 10-yard line.
So good work by Jared Jones on that running play because, again, the house was coming and he was able to claw out a 5-yard gain. It's still 4th and long, and they'll have to punt the ball with Ocean City. And once again, the Hermits will get great field position with a clean fielding of this punt.
Donahue stands halfway into the end zone. Good snap. A little bit of a rush. Gets a good end-over-end kick away. D'Amico catches it at the 48, and he's out of bounds inside the Ocean City 40. He was actually running out of bounds, and a player bumped him just as he stepped over the sideline. There's flags on the play.
That'll be 15 yards, and that's going to go against Ocean City. The ball is at the 37, so it's going to, again, put it deep into Ocean City territory. And I think the penalty is going to be called on Garrett Jones, and he's being spoken to by head coach right now. It's rather obvious that the ball was going to be run out of bounds, so better hands off than hands on.
So they're going to move the ball down to the 22-yard line.
All right, so we got to talk about this young kid.
That's where they will put it into play. St. Augustine on top here, 44-0. And it looks like Tim Jurassic. No, they're going to direct snap it to Kyle Dobbins, but in the meantime, the whistles blew. Officials pointing to St. Augustine, but
Encroachment? No, offsides on St. Augustine.
St. Augustine's offsides. 15 yards in penalties against the Prep. Ocean City's been penalized 23. So it's 1st and 15. And there goes Dobbins down the right side. He cuts it back and, picks up a few yards. May have gotten the 5 yards back of the penalty.
Yeah, Sterling in on the tackle for Ocean City, assisted by Dan Walsh. So no gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10. 9:25 remain here in the ballgame.
2nd and 10 from the 22 of Ocean City. And Tabor is back in the game. Lined up behind him is Dobbins. Motion, snap to Tabor, hands off to Dobbins. There's running room up the middle. He spins out of a tackle, and he's brought down at about the 17-yard line for a gain of 5.
Big hole on the left side, right off the left tackle over there, and then there was the fill by Christian Baumgartner, but the tackle not made, spun out of that. So decent, a lot of running for 4 yards, but big hole, and this freshman is going to be something if they can keep him healthy. He certainly is quick to the line of scrimmage, quick with that cut.
3rd and 7, receivers each way. Dobbins in the backfield. He gets it off the left side, stumbles a bit. Well, may have dug his foot into the ground or something because he stumbled on his own, may have fallen ahead for a yard.
Ocean City filled well there. Good, no penetration. Able to fill with the linebacking core. Stop the play for a gain or maybe a foot or so. So 4 down territory for the Hermits.
4th and about 6. They're at the 17, 18-yard line of Ocean City. Receivers left and right. Tabora awaits the snap, gives it off, and driving straight ahead is Dobbins, but looks like he's going to be short. He gets to about the 15-yard line. Ocean City will take over on downs.
And that's why you run in 4 down territory. Because, again, you know your opponent's already deep in their own backfield. So you're giving them the ball back at around the 15-yard line. So you don't put your defense in any precarious position. They get a chance to stand tall now with the ball at the Ocean City 15.
About 7:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Clock continues to run, though. And some Ocean City players that you'd normally see on the field are sitting down. Jared Jones lined up in the backfield with Donahue. Jones gets it, shoots off the right side, and drives out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line for a gain of about 6 or 7 yards.
Collinish on the stop for the Hermits. Real good 7-yard gain on first down for Jared Jones. Off the right side, good hole, good run.
Call it 2nd and the short 4. Raiders break the huddle. They send Garrett Jones wide to the left. Jared Jones in the backfield. Jared Jones is the fastest runner on this team, but as we said, he's had knee problems and has only been used on special teams up until tonight when they've gotten the ball a little bit. There's a flag on the play. Both teams kind of shot across the line of scrimmage, but Ocean City moved first, so it's a 5-yard penalty. 28 yards against the Raiders in penalties. Not a big factor in this game for either team. It'll be 2nd down and about 9. Raiders break the huddle. This time it'll be a slot left. Donahue, Jared Jones behind him. Now there's movement again on the line. We'll see if it was Ocean City or if it was St. Augustine. Well, this time it was St. Augustine, so we're back where we were.
And in that battle of the unbeatens, Oakcrest has scored time to tie it up. 21-21, Buna and Oakcrest.
2nd and 4, Jared Jones. Maybe a yard off the left side. 3rd down coming up.
Punt team, punt team.
Let's go, hey, defense, we get back out there. We better stop. We better stop.
6 touchdowns for Lamont Harris.
Like Declan for quarterback.
27-yard field goal by Will Albrecht. He's also kicked a handful of extra points, and St. Augustine leads it here, 44-0.
Yeah, when a kid scores 6, it's easy to break down the scoring.
Yeah.
They just say Lamont Harris.
3rd and 3 or 4 yards to go. Donahue waits the snap. Back to throw. Throws right side. Caught. Close to the first down marker.
First down for Ocean City. Nice little squaring. You know, he just ran his defender off, and he turned around. The ball was thrown right where it could only be caught. And the first down for Ocean City.
Right at the marker. Just past it was Owen Deeroff, and he picks up the first down. The ball's going to be at about the 29-yard line. 28, call it.
Real nice pass and catch for Ocean City right there.
Motion from Baumgartner. Handoff, Jared Jones tries to cut it back against the grain. may have picked up a yard before he's wrestled to the ground.
Yeah, there goes a good block at the point of attack by Christian Baumgartner, and Jones just cut it back upfield rather than follow the blocker and stop for no gain.
Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG, Talk Radio 1450. Brian Brummel and his professional staff are waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Honda on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Raiders break the huddle. Receivers left and right. Motion from McGuigan. They hand the ball off the middle, and there's a big hole at the 50. Jared Jones at the 40. Down the left sideline at the 30, at the 25, and he's down to the 15-yard line. And Ocean City finally moves into St. Augustine territory.
Again, the blitz really hurt St. Augustine there. They got everybody up on the line of scrimmage. They broke the line of scrimmage, and boy, when Jones got himself free and clear after about 3 or 4 yards, there was no one back. And boy, did he make it down the sideline beautifully. Real good speed, good hole, good run, and another first down for Ocean City.
Say Jones is the fastest player on this team and has had knee problems, has not been playing from scrimmage in the last couple of games, just special teams. He's lined up again behind Donahue, who keeps it on a fake, rolls to the outside, cuts inside the 10 to about the 9 or 8 yard line.
Well, again, why not use the big fella who just got you the 60-yard run? Why not use him as your decoy and then keep the ball yourself? Donahue did right there, pulled it back out and went left, got himself all kinds of room over there. 7 yards is the gain. And so now Ocean City threatening to score inside the 10.
They're at the 9. Receiver wide to the right. Also, Garrett Jones is split left. Play action. Look. Good run, good fake, and Donahue is in for the touchdown. He faked the Jared Jones off the left side, had them fooled for a moment, and had plenty of room to the wide side. First touchdown for Andrew Donahue.
Ran the same play, just ran to the other side of the field. The fake again was to Jones, who had just come off the big run. Quarterback keep, found the right end completely wide open and into the end zone from 9 yards out. So Donahue and Ocean City on the scoreboard.
Extra point for Ocean City is going to be kicked by Kyle Blum. His first attempt. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's high enough, and it's good. Kyle Blum, a former soccer player who was asked to join the team, and that was his first kicking attempt. He's a 6'2", 204-pound junior, and Ocean City gets on the board. 3 first downs on that possession. They trail it here 44-7 with 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. The clock will continue to run because of a 37-point lead. This game brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week. So Ocean City will kick off to St. Augustine, with Prep on their way to a 3-1 record, the 3-game winning streak. They're ranked number 10 in South Jersey. We'll see who's going to kick off here. They've been working. No, Donahue's still going to kick off.
Yeah.
Blum has been kicking off deep, but on line drives, they were a little concerned about he doesn't get enough height on it, so they're working on that. But he got good height on the extra point. So Donahue, with his first career touchdown, the sophomore quarterback, kicks it, and it bounces to about the 15-yard line. Up the middle, across the 25, and out to about the 34-yard line. R.J. D'Amico has brought one back this year. And St. Augustine will start on their own 35-yard line.
D'Amico, one of the linebackers, one of the defensive captains, if you will, for the Hermits. Also returning kickoffs and punts.
St. Augustine might just go to knee here because the clock continues to run. Doesn't really matter. We'll see what they're going to do. They do snap the ball and hand it off. Flag on the play. That was handed off to Dobbins, and he didn't go anywhere. So the clock stopped for the penalty. Officials huddle.
We'll get the signal from the official now.
Illegal procedure against St. Augustine. So a 5-yard penalty stops the clock, and they'll do it over. 44-7, St. Augustine leading here. They huddle up in the backfield. There's a snap and a knee. So St. Augustine takes a knee and lets the clock run out on a 44-7 victory, their third consecutive win, ranked number 10 in South Jersey, and they'll go to mainland next week.
And on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, Bunin now has taken a 1-touchdown lead over Oakcrest, 28-21 the score there. All the other scores remain the same. 48-0 over St. Joe over Vineland, Holy Spirit 28-7 over Middle, Pleasantville 13-7 over Lower Cape May.
Another knee by St. Augustine, and that's what ended. St. Augustine beats Ocean City on a record-setting night by Lamont Harris, 44-7 here at Carey Stadium as part of homecoming for Ocean City. And we'll recap this game. Lamont Harris scored twice in the first quarter, a 9-yard run and a 16-yard run. He scored twice in the second quarter, 28 and 22 yards. He got another one in the third, 2 more in the third quarter, from 25 and from 30 yards. And Will Albrecht kicked a 27-yard field goal and 5 extra points, so he scored 8 points. Ocean City was trailing 44-0 with a minute 54 left in the game. Andrew Donahue on a fake after a long run by Jared Jones of about 60 yards. Andrew Donahue took it over from the 9, his first career touchdown, and Kyle Blum kicked his first career extra point. Harris, with the 6 touchdowns, ties the Cape Atlantic record. He also has 12 on the season, and he ties that, as we mentioned earlier, ties the Cape Atlantic League record set twice by Kevin Sinclair of Ocean City, once by William Washington of Holy Spirit, once by Tariq Taliaferro of Pleasantville, and twice by Calvin Cass of St. Augustine. 44-7, Tom.
Yeah, again, Ocean City, very first possession of the game, 3 and out the Hermits. You say, okay. But then again, it was the block punt, gave them the short field. That's the second score. And then it just got out of hand. I mean, Harris started to find his legs, and he was 9-yard, 10-yard, 20, 30-yard bursts pretty regularly. They got some help with Dobbins. Dobbins was finding himself, and he was getting big gains. And the next thing you know, it was just completely out of Ocean City's hands. So, while they just simply didn't have the ability to move the football against that tough St. Augustine defense, what they couldn't do on the other side of the ball was give up big plays, and they did. So the game got away from them, and they were able to score with Donahue on the quarterback keep to at least not get shut out. But that was pretty much the best Ocean City could do today. There were little spots where a goal line stand or a 3-and-out, they could actually, maybe have some pride. But after that, it was all St. Augustine. It was all Lamont Harris, as he just had a career night. Again, when you said South Jersey marks, you had a good night, and certainly he did that here against Ocean City. So it's just one of those things. Ocean City now doesn't get any better next week. They get Egg Harbor Township, but just lost by a point to Absegami, and Egg Harbor Township rolls in here next week. Ocean City knew they were moving into the American Division. It was going to be a little bit of a difference every week, and certainly they're seeing that right now.
Of course, keep in mind Ocean City beat Absegami, so I think that result kind of gave them a little lift as far as next week's game is concerned. We'll wait and see. Unofficially, 231 yards for Harris on 26 carries, and he dominated the final stats and ties the Cape Atlantic League record for touchdowns in a game. St. Augustine wins it 44-7, and since that Buna game is still going on out there in Mays Landing with Oakcrest, we're going to join Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer, and you'll hear the end of that game here on WPG Talk Radio 1450. For Tom Getzky and Butch Gleason, we thank everybody here, Chris Lentz and Mike Lenhart at Carey Stadium. We'll be back next Friday when Egg Harbor Township comes to town. But right now, stay tuned. We're going to move you to Mays Landing, where you'll hear the end of Oakcrest and Buna. You're listening to Cape Atlantic League football on WPG Talk Radio 1450.